Most home service companies are completely invisible on Google when people search for home renovation company near me. But this home remodeling company went from ranking nowhere to number one for Ottawa home renovation in just 5 months. And it was not just luck. In 1 month, they were able to generate 40 qualified leads and 11 on-site estimates. And we talked to them and they generated a 30 times return on investment from their investment of SEO with us. And this is a photo of their team right here. So I'm going to show you the exact step-by-step system that we used so that you can copy it for your home remodeling business. Let's get right into it. So this company that we helped was called Capital Homes, and this is what they were dealing with before we started working together. The first thing is that they were not ranking for any high-value keywords like Ottawa home renovation at all. Their homepage had this pop-up that would show up as soon as anyone clicked on the screen, and this was slowing down the website and would turn users away. As soon as they would go into the website, they would just click off. They also didn't have a physical address on their Google business profile, which is huge, and I'm going to explain later. And they were missing service pages for their key services. So this probably sounds very familiar. This is actually where 90% of home service businesses are struggling with right now. So here's how we fixed everything and actually got a 30 times return on SEO. So the first thing we did was keyword research and strategy. Before we start making any pages and doing random stuff, we had to figure out what were the best keywords that I wanted Capital Homes to show up for so that they could make their money back. So we found keywords such as kitchen renovation or Orleans, which is just the name of an area within Ottawa, bathroom renovation, and home renovation contractors. The key here is we want to target both keywords that mention the service and the location. So for example, kitchen renovation Orleans or kitchen renovation Ottawa, we want to target these types of keywords, not just general kitchen renovation. Most contractors only target their services and miss out location-specific searches. So most only just make a general kitchen renovation page, but you need to give Google more context. You need to say, this is a kitchen renovation page for people in Ottawa or for people in Canada, which is just another area in Ottawa. So this is an example of what the keywords look like. So to figure out what other competitors are ranking for, it's actually pretty easy. So I just searched for Toronto home renovation, and I'm just going to take these guys' URL. And I'm going to go to SEMrush and I'm just going to paste it in right here. So SEMrush right off the bat tells me so much information. It tells me their authority score and it tells me their organic search traffic. And if I actually press on this right here, it's going to take me to their keyword section. And this actually gives me a list of every single keyword that they rank for as well as their position. So this, if I am their competitor, this gives me an idea of what I want to rank for. So this company shows up for basement remodeling cost with this blog called How Much Does It Cost to Renovate a Basement? So now that gives me an idea that I can make another blog as well called How Much Does It Renovate or How Much Does It Cost to Renovate a Basement in Toronto? And this should potentially drive me leads as well. Home renovation Toronto, they're number one. Bathroom renovations, Toronto, Ontario, they're featured on the snippet and they have this dedicated page right here. So now as I scroll through this list, this gives me an idea of what my competitors are ranking for. And then this gives me a better idea of what pages that I need to make as well. What you want to do is you want to go through all of your competitors and go through all of their keywords and then gather a big list of keywords that are different so that this gives you an idea of what pages to make. Now for step 2 is we did a whole technical SEO audit on their website. So before we did any changes, we need to find if there's any critical issues on the website that would prevent them from showing up on Google. So this means fixing any specific speed problems, if there's any mobile usability issues. So if someone opened the website on a mobile and something didn't render correctly, we should fix that ASAP. And also removing the pop-up from the users because it wasn't given a good user experience. Google knows when people land on a page and then quickly leave. So if people are leaving because of the pop-up, then we should remove it. So this image is an example of some of the technical issues we found. And you want to really make sure that you fix these technical issues before you do other stuff on the website. Because if your technical foundation of the website is not set up correctly, no matter what you do, no matter what backlinks or pages you make, you are not going to rank higher because you have these technical issues that are pulling the website back. So an easy way to find if there's any technical issues on your website is to use this tool called Ahrefs, and they have the site audit feature, and then they actually crawl your website every week or so, and then you can actually open up the report and then see what it's saying. So this is actually for our website, and it's saying that we have this slow page over here, and then it'll tell me which pages are actually slow, and then I can go in and try to improve them. This one here, this is telling me that some pages are missing a meta tag, missing alt text. This page has links to a redirect, and some pages that actually drop from the top 10. So this gives me a better idea of what to look at. I can even see here if there's any specific issues. So there's some 404 pages, and then this is an orphan page, so I can see if this is an actual issue or not. A lot of these platforms flag things as issues, but some of them, they're not always issues. So for example, this is an orphan page, but if I look into it, they could be just random pages that I don't need. I know this, for example, is a hidden page, and I know on purpose it's an orphan page because it's not ready yet. But having a tool like this is very helpful because it'll scan your website every 7 days, and then it'll tell you if there's anything new that popped up that could prevent you from ranking on Google. You're not aiming for like 100% score here. You just want to make sure that most of your important things are settled, meaning that your page is indexed, meaning that Google can actually read it, and that it's not too terribly slow, and that the general functionality of the page is there. All right, step number 3 was to do the content optimization. So we took all of the existing content that was already there, and we SEO optimized, and I'm going to show you what that looks like in a second. And then we ensured every content that we made for any new page from the keywords that we identified before, any service location combination, we ensured that all those pages were SEO optimized as well. So we have this fancy tool here at Vixel Studio to actually rank our content, and this rank is based off our competitors. So if our competitors have like 2,000 words and they mention all these topics, if our content looks similar to theirs, then we'll have a good score. And if it's super short or there's not enough content, then it'll have a bad score. So we were originally dealing with around a 34 score, and then after we improved that to around 100. And this is very easily done by adding an in-depth FAQ section at the bottom of the page that answered all of the questions that all the top ranking websites are answering. So let me show you what this actually looks like. So this is what the content looks like now, and you'll see that the content looks the same at the top. At the top, you want to show all the stuff that people want to see. People want to see the gallery, they want to see the photos, they want to see just small paragraphs. If you overload the top of the page with a bunch of text, people are not going to stay on the page. So the easiest solution is to just have all the text at the bottom. So here's the FAQ that we started implementing at the bottom of the page, and then this has a lot of the topics. So if you see here, we need around 1,200 to 1,400 words to be relevant or to have a good content score, and we need to mention all of these topics that are near the top. This is called the NLP keyword list. The more of these phrases we have in our content, the better. You don't want to just insert the phrase very awkwardly. You want to make sure that you're at least talking about the topic. That's like the best way to think about it. So when you see the word basement renovation or premium materials, don't fit it in awkwardly. Just think of it as, I need to talk about how we have premium materials in our company, or how we also do basement renovations. So if I delete the FAQ section, you're going to see that the score drops to 56, which is a huge change. And basically the word count goes down. We're no longer talking about these topics right here. And this is going to severely impact the page from actually ranking for anything. So you're seeing firsthand how important it is to just have good content that satisfies all the topics that Google wants you to talk about. Step number 4, once we've actually created all the content for all the pages that we needed to get high quality local backlinks from relevant Ottawa-based websites, because this company, Capital Homes, was based in Ottawa. So this means, basically in simple terms, to get featured on local business publications and industry websites. So this right here is a blog from Ottawa. They had an existing blog called Home Renovation, so you should think about making. And then we asked them if they could feature Capital Homes. They said yes. And now there is now a link pointing to Capital Homes' website. So Capital Homes from local sources, so that means the local websites, are incredibly powerful for local SEO rankings. I can't stress this enough. You don't want backlinks or links from other websites based out of India or Russia or any other country. You want it to be from your local city as much as possible. And the easiest way to find them is to go through your competitors' links. So here I have opened this tool called Ahrefs, and I basically just put in the URL of one of their competitors, and then I went to their backlink profile right here. And then this basically tells me a list of every single website that links out to their competitor, Amstead. And what I should do as a competitor of theirs is to just go through every single website, and any website that is city related or industry related, I should reach out to that website and see if they would feature me too. So this is the Greater Home Builders Association, and I see that Amstead is a member, and that's why they got featured here. So I can reach out to this organization as well, see what it takes to get featured here and get my company featured here as well. Here I have this website, allthingshome.ca, and I see that this is a website right here. And then I would ask this company to feature my clients as well, just to get another backlink from here too. So you can just go through all of your competitors' links with this tool called Ahrefs, and you'll get a whole list of industry-related websites or city-related websites that you can go and acquire for yourself. Right? So now as we're acquiring links, they're slowly going up. And then the way to actually track what our efforts is producing we actually tracked all form submissions and calls, which allowed us to measure the direct ROI. So here you see an example of all of their form submissions. So here you're seeing that they're getting very consistent leads from September 16 to 15 to 9 to 8 to 5. And you can see these are all real, genuine project inquiries that it's up to Capital Homes to close. At Vixel Studio, the only thing we care about is rankings and leads. All I care about is, are you ranking higher, which we have tools to track that, and then are you getting leads, which we track through how many form submissions you're getting, and we record all calls to see if you're getting more calls as well. If you are ranking higher for important keywords like home renovation near me or basement renovation near me, it is only a matter of time until you start getting leads, and that's why we track it. You can also see all the phone calls that your Google Business Profile is driving. If you just search the name of your company and you have access to your Google Business Profile, you can click on Performance right here and you can see how many calls were generated directly from your Google Business Profile. So this is how we gathered data to actually know that we generated a 30x return on their investment. We asked from these pile of lead forms how many actually closed, and then they told us how many. By the way, if this whole system sounds way too complicated to implement because you are too busy running an actual business, book a call with my team in the first link below. So after continuously getting more and more and more backlinks, these are the results. So we actually ranked them number 1 on Ottawa on Google Maps. You see they ranked number 1 for all these sections. Their average rank is now 2. They ranked second organically for Ottawa home renovation on Google. So this shows their current rankings, and then this shows how many positions they jumped. So when they first started working with us, they were 12th, and now they are second, just after optimizing the pages and getting more backlinks. And you can see there's been huge jumps in other pages as we make them. In a single month, they were able to get 41 lead form submissions, with 11 converting into on-site estimates, and then 3 major renovation projects closed, all of which were significant revenue-generating job. So within just 5 months of working with us, they were able to tell us that we gave them a 30 times ROI from SEO. That means for every $1,000 that they spent with us on SEO, we were able to generate them $30,000 in revenue, which is pretty nuts. So this system I showed you works for any home service businesses, whether you're a plumber, electrician, HVAC, or a landscaper. So Capital Homes succeeded because they had the right strategy, and more importantly, they had consistent execution month after month. You have to keep acquiring more links and think in terms of months and years if you want to get the rewards of SEO. If you want to see an in-depth video of my entire SEO process, just search for Munir Local SEO course. You'll see this whole hour-long video where I go through everything super in-depth. And if you want us to implement the system for your business with our 90-day money-back guarantee, book a local SEO roadmap call. It's the first link in the description, and I'll see you guys later.